Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is video 2 of 2 for today.
And we are today's sponsors. It's us. What's up, guys? It's you. You guys are our sponsors, essentially, by watching the show. Click the subscribe button. Tell your friends. Spread the word. We have an Angry Joe G Fuel flavor out. We got wonderful merch for you guys. Various ways to support us. Our Patreon helps us, gives that backbone of the mobile infantry to keep us going. And in AJS News, a little bit of delay. I was making some updates to my studio, some lights, and my contractor cut my power. So
You're like, what's going on?
we have no power. I cannot edit while you do this. They messed up. So I have a different contractor now working. So little things are a little delayed. So you're getting a Redfall review. I'm hoping to have it done now that I have power, maybe Tuesday night. I know the time has already passed, but I don't care. That game needs to be ripped into. I want to have a video on it so I can remember it. It's been truly a while since a super angry review. So stay tuned for that one. And then Fast and the Furious is up right now. I just finished editing those, so go watch that. I know we're late on that as well. And then we'll just play a little catch up. We might have to skip a few titles just so that we can start fresh. You know, we're not IGN. We can't do every goddamn game, even though I want to. So just stay tuned for that. We're catching up, and thank you for your guys' patience and all the support over the years. And yeah, Alex, tell us what else has been happening in gaming news part 2.
Saudi Arabia is making more moves. We know that their public investment fund has been buying up stuff all over the world. So big purchases. They already have some stake in EA.
Saudi Arabia's got some money, man. So as long as they stay out of telling the developers exactly what they could put in their games, then the money's money.
Mm-hmm. And this week they bought another big chunk of EA. So their ownership stake is probably, they're estimating, about 9-10%. So 10%.
10% is owned by Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. And so, it's potentially big news. So it's like, we know that they've got stakes in Capcom, Nexon, Nintendo, and then Embracer. They own $1 billion worth of Embracer.
Yeah.
So they're spending money. And so
fine. They love video games too. I'm sure they got a big audience over there that loves the video games, and they want to support and benefit from it.
Video games generate quite a bit.
And really, it's probably just it's a pretty safe investment. Yeah. We also got word from China this morning that they have approved Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Still no word in the U.S. and in the UK, but everywhere else seems to be like, yeah, Microsoft, go buy it. We understand how gaming works, and so this is good news because China's a major market for this. So, and they also said,
yeah, but China's a problem because they are the ones that actually be like, no, you can't put that in the game, and then you're like, what? Mm-hmm. No, I don't like that.
Yeah. But this one, they said there's zero changes, zero regulations, zero anything.
Okay,
so
good.
Buy them as is.
Sure.
Don't need to put anything else in there. So good news if you're Microsoft.
Sure. So everybody but the EU, which is the one that
EU approved last week.
Oh, EU. The EU did. It's the UK that was in, and then America here, the biggest one. We need to see.
They told them about the implications.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's a co-op survival game that I'm excited to play. Nightingale is delayed again. So originally it was supposed to come out in 2022.
What is that one?
This is a Victorian steampunk era fantasy where I think it would be ridiculous just to have the three of us drop down in a place and have to fight off bears and build.
With big mustaches.
Yeah, and OJ will be our architect, and so the roof will kill us instead of the bears. And
I have a big old mustache.
I have trouble with roofs. I don't know what it is. I can do walls.
Yeah, you just can't.
I fell through the roof trying to fix it.
But yeah, it was supposed to come out, and so now we don't know. I mean, we may get some early access later this year, but got pushed again. They're just trying to polish it up and make sure that's working right. But there's a lot of survival.
Victorian alt history, where you become trapped in a mystical realm and must build an estate. Mm-hmm. My good man.
I got it.
Battle monsters, craft gear, and you have some dapper outfits.
I'm a Dapper Dan man.
Dapper Dan man, me too. I'm a Dapper Dan man. I'm a Johnny B guy.
So we'll just do
Johnny B in there.
We'll have all of
free
us
promo for Johnny B.
3-piece wool suits. We'll just be boiling alive inside the jungle. It's like why are we wearing so much goddamn clothing? Yeah. So
they sent out 10,000 invites for a new play test recently. Maybe we should try to get in one of those.
Yeah.
Cool.
And okay, and then Lords of the Fallen is also got an official release date. This is the Lords of the Fallen is a Souls-like game, but it's less important on like I'm really excited because it's a Souls-like game. But this is one of the games that is completely on Unreal 5, and it looks like it's on Unreal 5. So it looks like it's going to be one of the first truly next-gen. Great graphics. So we'll just have to see what that one's coming out. But it's coming out in October.
Okay.
So hopefully that's not exactly the same time as Lord of the Ring DLC or Elden
Gollum?
Ring DLC.
Oh.
But
When is Gollum coming out?
Some point.
sometime soon, actually.
Very soon.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the end of June or this month.
yeah. I don't know. Speaking of games that look next
Not
gen,
really
that
paying.
one looks like it's 10 years old, and it's like I don't know.
Not paying too much attention to it. I'll pull it up, Joe.
Yeah, it's whatchamacallit,
I got
amazing
everything.
stealthy game.
I got
Yeah.
everything.
It's like, I don't know if I'm interested.
May 25th. So in 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah. Holy shit.
So I knew it was at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. This week, where y'all got to play Starship Troopers. How was that?
I think
I want to
that
play some.
it's solid. Yeah, we can jump in. It's pretty easy to jump in. You get up to 16 people in your group, and
But this week got Star Trek
There's-
Resurgence, Warhammer Bolt Gun. I'm looking forward to playing that. Golem, and then so that's this week.
is Boltgun going to be available by Wednesday?
It's May 23rd.
Oh, nice. So yeah.
Yep.
So cool. Lots of stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Zelda of course, came out and has sold 10 million units in its first 3 days.
Goddamn.
Which is a lot. Like,
Yeah, that's just gonna sell more and more and more.
Yeah, and so people
You can't pet the dog, so it's a 0 out of 10.
Yeah, you can spin in
Still
circles.
can't pet the
You
dog.
can spin in
Spin in
circles.
Couldn't pet the dog in the last game. You'd think they'd fix it for this game. Can't pet the dog. 0 out of 10. Japanese, they don't know how to pet dogs apparently. And that's a personal attack until you get it fixed. 0 out of 10.
It was also reported that the game could have actually been completely done last year, but they've been working on polishing the physics
Wow.
engine, and so they really wanted to take their time and make sure that it was in a proper state when it was released.
Wow.
So I'm actually hoping that
Respect.
we get DLC sometimes.
Joe, are you gonna review it? 0 out of 10. Can't pet the dog.
Can't pet the dog.
There you go.
Uh,
Here's a
0 out
review.
of 10.
Give me Master Trials DLC. That's what I want. Okay, let's talk about Ubisoft. They had a
Fuck
rough
up again?
had a rough quarter. Their results for the quarter are down more than expected, as their sales were actually halved. Their sales are down at least 15%. Their losses are $538 million. And
They got the Saving Grace game coming out though.
Skull and Bones, it's going to save them.
Saving grace, says Joe. Joe, that's the savior of the company. Here it comes. They'll sell how many copies? 10 million copies in 3
10.
days?
Yeah,
Ten.
that's what they're going to
10
need.
million copies,
10
3
copies.
days. 10 Oh,
Best I can do
he
is
said 10. I thought he meant 10 million. It's
no.
10. 10 copies in 3 days.
They could do 10.
Maybe. That's a little optimistic, but damn.
Yeah. Previous year, they actually made $86 million in the same quarter. So this losing $538 million is not good. Now, they got up in their earnings call and let everyone know, hey, we planned on it being bad. And it's like, well, it's twice as bad as you said it was. What's happening? And they're like, don't worry, these Assassin's Creed NFT things that we told you about in the last video will surely save the company and all the other stuff. So things aren't going great for them.
No.
They talked about more people are playing the Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and people are playing more Siege. And then investors are like, great, where's the money from those things? They're like, oh, we already have their money. That counted for previous years, and they're playing our games, but we're not making any money on the game. So it's not going super well for them.
Nope.
So that's bad. Things are going great for Take-Two. Take-Two also this week. Strauss Zelnick did a long interview talking about a huge variety of things. Got people actually really excited about Take-Two stock. One of the things he said is he's got 48 games scheduled for release by April
Damn.
26th. Now, they also own some mobile companies. And so a lot of this headline, everyone's like, holy shit, that's a lot of games.
Yes,
It's like they
that's
also
right.
own Zynga. Zynga could just put out 20 fucking mobile games, and then that doesn't count.
Okay, that makes
But
sense.
they also talked about huge amounts of money, $8 billion in increased revenue that they're expecting in the next couple years. And of course, when you think Take-Two and you think massive revenue, you think Grand Theft Auto. And so
Yes.
a lot of people, people were down on their stock for a little while. Their stock has actually increased quite a bit because they're like, holy shit, now's the time to get in because if the next Grand Theft Auto comes out,
Everybody's going to get in.
yeah. So he also said some awful things. He said that he's not seeing any pushback at all on $70 video games, saying it's like totally fine. Just what you do is you grab the gamer and you bend him over a barrel, and then you just take whatever you want.
I could have told him that, and the gamers aren't really going to fight back like they're forced to. I mean, when all the companies do it, then there's really nothing you can do. You can be a little more selective on the games that you buy. Follow, your YouTubers and reviewers that you respect, but that's about all we can do.
Yeah.
And I knew this shit was happening,
It's
and it
inevitable.
happened.
It
And
happened
did it
multiple
increase the
times.
quality of our games? Are our games better?
No.
No. Our games are not better. In fact,
Actually,
our games are
they're
worse.
I was gonna say
they're
they're
fucking
worse.
worse.
It's like patches are coming.
We're paying
it's not
more for
polished.
less.
Yes.
More upfront for less. It's fucking ridiculous, and I hate it.
Yeah. And based off that and some other things, Sega's been kind of on the fence whether they're going to increase their prices from $60 to $70.
They are gonna do it.
And now it's looking like they're going to do it, especially when you have
Go
people
ahead,
like Stroud
Sega. Everybody else did. I mean, I don't fucking fault you for it. I mean, and if you're the last of the party, I'm not gonna be the one yelling at you.
Yeah.
Sad news.
Yeah, at least we're getting lots of video games, but yeah, they're all going to be $70. And so the other thing is the $60 to $70.
When do you think it'll go to $80?
Soon? I think it took a long time to go from 60 to 7. I think it's going to hit $80 or $90
A shorter
very
time.
quickly.
I hope you're wrong because
I hope I'm wrong,
I
too.
don't want to be 5 years from now. We're like, oh, here we go. Let's debate the merits of raising the $70 games to $80 games.
I don't think
the development's getting more complicated.
I don't think it's going to even take that long. I think it's Strauss is
No,
going to look.
you're wrong there. Ain't no way the gamer audience is prepared for another $10 price increase. Not happening.
I think that there are games that come out in the industry like Grand Theft Auto that if they made the minimum price $100, they would probably.
Yeah, the huge AAA ones. Sure.
the
Well,
big
they
ones.
already do with special editions. But we're not including that.
No, I'm not
'cause
talking about-
obviously we're already there. But just base price.
I think base price Grand Theft Auto 6 could be $80,
Brand-
and
yeah,
it would not surprise
that
me
would
at
be
all.
really fucked up, but that would be the one game that could usher it in. If Grand Theft Auto was like, you know what, $80. Why? Fuck you, give me money. That's why. $80.
Yeah.
Everybody would pay it. Not a single person.
Red Dead 3 announced $100 base price.
No. I love Red Dead 3 that much, but I ain't paying no $100. No, that's when you have to take. You can't. There's a certain cutoff point. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
So
Can't do it.
I think that there's going to be a bigger difference between AAA games are going to, in my opinion, there's going to be like a big leap. There's like premium AAA games. We're looking at like things like Red Dead and Grand Theft Auto and some of the bigger ones. And I think there's a lot of garbage like Redfall that I don't even think is a AAA game. And it was
I
70.
hope they're not
fucking
watching this video right
Yeah.
now. Maybe we could charge $80 for the base
Yeah.
because
So,
we are special.
I hope not. But
I hope not, but yeah,
you
it's
know,
looking like it.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. And I just think that I think Strauss is unfortunately correct that gamers will just be more selective about what video games that they want to buy.
That's
and they're,
good.
And they're
That's a
willing,
good thing,
And they're willing to spend more
Then
money.
again, you need to hold off because be like, all right, well, it's not fixed. It's like, okay, well, I'm not going to give you the $70, $80. I'm just going to hold off till you patch everything.
Yeah.
And I get a complete game.
Yeah.
The only way it happens if we stop buying and then they're like, oh, maybe our prices are too high and we'll lower our budgets and then it'll come back down.
Except
But
for
that has
Nintendo.
to be a collective thing.
Do you think it's Nintendo?
Except
or-
for Nintendo.
Do you think it's Nintendo or Take-Two that's the first one to charge $80-something? Because the next Pokemon
Who
game.
would it be? No, I think Nintendo's like, no, we're fine with this price point. We don't want to go too high, but we're not going to discount it for any of
Yeah.
you motherfuckers. I think they're kind of that kind of company. If anybody's going to do Take-Two, because they like that money. They don't care about the gambling. They're all good with everything. So I think Take-Two would be more likely than Nintendo. Especially Nintendo doesn't have the justification. Maybe if they throw out their new console and they say, now Nintendo is going to do super powerful consoles and stuff, and we need more money for the base games. God damn it, leave me alone.
Busy man.
All right. Well, that's it
It's
for
just a contractor going in and out.
that's it for price increases. OJ, what do you got for me?
Did you know in Hogwarts they actually cut a morality system? There was supposed to be one.
What?
Yeah.
I would have loved a morality.
And
That
it's
would've
actually
been cool.
it's actually in the game too.
Wow.
But-
Yeah, YouTuber opened up the files and he found out
What
there's
YouTuber?
what's his name? Grand
Give him
Theft
credit.
Diamonds.
All right.
Grand Theft Diamonds. He opened up the legacy files and discovered an entire morality system under the hood. So it kind of makes sense too, because what was it? One of the lead developers said characters will react visibly and audibly to seeing the player cast an unforgivable.
Yeah, so like that was
So
way
that
back.
was,
Way back in the development, it looked like that's what they were gonna do. Killing people was only like negative 100 morality
couldn't
points,
do it.
but bullying someone was negative 25. So it's like you bully someone 4 times. You know when like you try to extort someone, they're like
Yes.
fetch quest, and you're like, nah, give me fucking more money. You do that 4 times, same as killing someone. So killing people not that bad.
It was a lot more fun though, just seeing them bounce something down,
Or tear them into pieces, or
explode.
This game made a lot of money.
Yeah, a lot.
There's going to be another game. That morality system is coming back. There's going to be a morality system in the sequel. If not, you're pulling a Spider-Man 2 situation where it's like, what's new? The story. Do you have co-op this time? You got three. You got Venom. You got Miles Morales. You got Spider-Man. Do any co-op? Maybe innovative 3-player co-op? No. You're just Spider-Man. Okay, you can reuse the same city as he's in New York, so yeah. Sorry, I'm just mad at Spider-Man 2. I know it's going to be a good game and everybody's going to get rated highly, but I wanted some innovation. And hopefully there is some innovation in there.
Yeah.
Insomniac's a great company.
Yeah.
And I hope so too. But I love morality systems when they work, because then you can have an evil run, you can have a good run,
Fable?
and then
Replayability.
It worked great, right? In Fables, it was perfect. But yeah, it adds replayability, and
Yes.
so it sucks that they couldn't get it in there. But that game was just so chock full of everything that I don't even mind that much. So. All right, anything else you found?
Big one that came out while I had no power is Mortal Kombat. Copyright strike.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat 1 is both a reboot and a sequel. So Mortal Kombat 1, 2, get it? Mortal Kombat 12. And then Ed was like, interesting. I don't think I invented that, but that actually works. Mortal Kombat 1, 2. So it is simultaneously a sequel series to all the 11 Mortal Kombats that we got, but yet kind of a reboot series. So very interesting. They got a trailer. Maybe we'll do a trailer reaction to it, or maybe we'll wait for the more substantial fighting one.
They just did the same thing that every writer that doesn't know what to do does nowadays: is multiverse.
I could do a 12. But this is interesting, too, especially when we're carrying over some of the characters. Liu Kang is still in his fucking god mode, you know. But that does kind of deflate the threat. In the trailer, he, like, motherfucking destroys Shang Tsung, because Shang Tsung comes back. He's like, oh, shit, it's Shang Tsung. It's like, yeah, okay, well, I guess we're safe. Thanks again, Liu Kang. Bye.
So do we get Cole in this game?
Yeah. Who do you think?
No, Joe. In fact, now funny you bring that up. There's gonna be Homelander, but potentially Omni-Man. Oh my God, that shit would be fucking amazing if we can get fucking these superheroes like ripping each other apart and the fatalities. You know, you couldn't really put that in a DC superhero game or a Marvel superhero game. So that would be cool. Another thing is Johnny Cage, Van Damme.
Yeah.
Originally, they wanted Van Damme to play Johnny Cage. It's already confirmed. Van Damme will finally it's all come full circle. They wanted that for Mortal Kombat 1 all those years ago. Well, this Mortal Kombat 1, he will have a skin as Van Damme, and I love Van Damme. So I'm looking forward to that. And, yeah, there's not a whole lot you just kind of get from it. It's mainly a story trailer. You try to pick out some of the fighters that you see in there. So we have some soft confirmation, you know, Melina, Katana, and Scorpion Sub-Zero, of course, Shang Tsung in the pre-order thing again. What? He's your baddie. Is there a big baddie we don't know about? Maybe. Maybe there's another baddie.
Time Police.
Because, I mean, literally in the first trailer, he gets his ass beat.
Amazing.
And then Liu Kang and several more. So I'm looking forward to it. And they always do really, really good story modes. They put time and effort into it. They really NetherRealms raises the bar for fighting games.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping that Street Fighter 6 can come up and Tekken can come up to those kinds of game modes. Go ahead.
And they did have the DC and Mortal Kombat, remember?
Yes, but they didn't have the DC guys performing fatalities.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what it was.
that's right.
Yeah,
But they had still some badass moves, though.
Did they? I don't even remember if there was some badass moves. I mean, there was Injustice where you get a little bit more brutal, but as far as the DC versus or MK versus DC is the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay, Injustice
that
was
one
brutal.
wasn't that.
Yeah.
They had a rage mechanic there that wasn't all that great. But yeah, so you got Fire God Liu Kang after he defeated Kronika. Was the last game's boss. I'm trying to find some stuff in here, like is there new modes? What is the crypt? All this kind of stuff. We can talk about this in a reaction, but we have to wait for more details about the storyline and the roster. But we actually don't have to wait too long. Surprisingly, this shit is coming soon. It's Mortal Kombat's coming out September 19th. Woohoo!
There were some leaks as well as far as like the DLC
tell me.
characters.
Tell me if you can. If you can't, while you do that, the official site teases that there's a new fighting system. Well, if it's a new game, you could say it's a new fighting system. There's new game modes and new fatalities.
Yeah.
That's all we know so far.
So it was Quan Chi, Ermac, Takeda, Peacemaker, The Boys Homelander, Invincible's Omni-Man, Tremor, Chameleon.
Peacemaker? Oh shit!
Peacemaker.
We will get some DC characters doing some fatalities and shit.
Yeah, and so it was Amazon that actually fucked it up. It was one of the Amazon sites because there's a big, that's how Homelander and is making it over, and Omni-Man. And so they put this thing up and then they took it down immediately, but people were able to grab everything. So it's
Who do you think would win, Omni-Man or Homelander?
Omni-Man.
Omni-Man.
Yeah. Well,
Homelander's
it's fun
actually
anyway.
a
I wish
bitch.
Homelander would be higher power level because that's a quick answer, and anybody says Homelander, you're wrong. But it would be fun.
Like
if it
Omni-Man's had to be a badass, and Homelander's never had to be a badass because he's like towards the top.
Yeah.
But I would say he's the very bottom of S tier, and Omni-Man's way.
So one thing, there's cameo characters
Yeah.
who are now separate from the main roster. So if your favorite, you might be mad because your favorite might be relegated to cameo with a K. That's why I'm saying it, like the cameo characters that can kind of pop in like Toasty, but then they'll actually punch and.
But if they're
fight or something.
popular and they want to make money, then the DLC character packs
Right.
for sure.
Cameo fighter. Choose from unique roster of cameo fighting partners to assist you in battle, is what it says. Maybe some kind of tag team mechanic or function to similar to Marvel vs. Capcom 3. They come in, they do their thing, and then they take off.
Striker come in with his gun and throw some grenades.
Striker, Joe Striker.
That's a cameo.
Striker.
He didn't make the
I
roster.
actually like.
Didn't make the
Striker.
roster. But we'll show up and help you out.
All right. Striker. Grenades and Uzis. Nightsticks.
Yes. You
Cool.
Just trip him up all the time. Just
Conan the Barbarian, if it's Arnold. I need Arnold. I
Not
don't
the
want
Jason?
Jason, no, that one was awful. When Jason shaves, it just looks weird.
Yeah.
He's gonna keep that beard.
Arnold's likeness is expensive.
No, not compared. No, it's expensive compared to some other actors, but but they can afford it, and they've already done it. They've actually already done it.
Well, what about something like Galadriel in there, or because we're talking about Amazon? It's an Amazon thing, and what's
Literally.
Sauron shows up. And
There's a tempest in me. Fatality, cringeality. She would have the cringeality. She'd just be talking and yelling at people and lashing out at people. The wonderful Galadriel.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm for it because it's Mortal Kombat. She is a combatant. She's not gonna win. I'm gonna win.
Use
see.
all my fatalities on it.
Multiple fatalities. As you just a torso, you're gonna use another fatality. All right, make it happen, Ed Boon. Make it happen.
Can't wait for season 2. Can't wait.
Season 2? Oh yeah. Rings of Power.
It's canceled.
Not canceled.
No, not canceled. They will never admit to something like that.
They spent
That
$8
it's
They
billion.
spent so much money on it. They're gonna continue. They're gonna cut back
They're
on the
gonna
budget.
continue.
They're gonna cut back on the budget.
It's like in one room.
Yeah, all in the office. Whip.
Look at that massive battle going on outside. Oh yes, I know. It's quite impressive.
They're just looking outside. You can't see it though.
The camera never is the camera gonna go?
Nope.
All right. Cool. Anyways, guys, thank you all very much for watching the second episode. Our sponsor is us, so
Yes.
make sure you click the subscribe. Visit our Patreon if you really like our stuff and want to make sure that it continues. Got
Check
that
out
G
G
Fuel
Fuel.
flavor out. And, yeah, we will see you guys on the next one. Stay tuned for the content. Redfall review. Fast and Furious is out right now, and additional videos coming. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show.